So let's talk about something a little bit different. Let's talk about sucking at stuff. You know, I think a lot of people really work very hard to play to their strengths, but only play to their strengths. And they're not spending time developing new skills. They're not spending their time in the work. And this is something I've thought about a lot, and that's something that I really wanted to sort out now that I can't compete in the thing that I'm good at. I mean, chances are that there'll never be something else in my lifetime that I am as good at as I was the Highland Games. That's okay. The problem would be living the rest of my time really bitter that I don't get to do that thing anymore. And just like I learned the Highland Games, and just like I learned how to throw or any of that, I spent a long time being bad at stuff. I spent 8, 10 years throwing, as a traditional thrower in college and stuff like that, being fucking bad at it, being frustrated by it, being bad at, learning a new skill and sucking, right? This is the same reason now that time's over that I've spent some time trying to figure out diet. Nutrition's been something I suck at, which now I'm slightly better at. The other is, spending some time doing endurance things like cycling, or, in the future I'd like to do some longer hikes and some things like that outside. As well as this little dabbling into jiu-jitsu as the more my knee lets me. And for those are things I'm fucking bad at, man. And it's not frustrating to be bad at things for me anymore. It's exciting. It's an exciting time to learn and be new and like be that fucking first timer, that kook that you're allowed to suck at it. And you really get to experience that first like year that you're doing something new. You get so much better at it so fast because you're learning. But unless you're willing to put in the time to learn, you're never going to be fucking great. You're never going to be good at it. None of that happens overnight. Develop skills and take time to be the best version of you that you can be in something. Fucking nothing comes easy, man. Nothing. And it's all work. And not only that, just because you got somewhere, right? Just because I was able to become best in the world at throwing, just because HVIII Brand Goods is doing well right now, I'm also smart enough and I've had enough life experience to know that none of that's guaranteed to continue. None of those things, fuck. The last competition I did as a Highland gamer, like I took second at a world championship. And like that's the last time I competed, and you wouldn't think that like, oh, he's doing pretty good, I guess we're gonna take some time off and rehab this knee and then we'll be back. Like I'm not going back. I'm done. Like it's gone, and it's not because of my choice. It's not because I don't want to put in the time. I'm physically not capable to be good at it anymore. I'm physically and I don't want to be frustrated by it. I'm not interested in limping through being bad at something like that, right? Because of a physical problem with my body. And that can be thought of as whatever it is, but that's not for me. I did it. I'm not sure what new lessons the Highland Games has to me. I dealt with competing hurt. I dealt with competing. I dealt with losing. I dealt with getting beat. I dealt with my own mistakes and failures. The key to remember, and the thing that's been really, really loud to me in the last couple weeks, is this idea that failure is a bad thing, and that I think we as people try to avoid failure a lot. I think we try to avoid the major ups and downswings that we have. I think people try to medicate out of the bad, but they end up also medicating out of the good, the manic side. They avoid. It's like a failure avoidance, right? Because there's a fear of failure, you're also avoiding the possibility of success. And don't be afraid to fail, because the truth is, failure is a much better teacher than success has ever been. Failure teaches you where you went wrong, and where you can make moves, and where you can change, and what you learned, and how to grow, and all these other things failure teaches you if you're willing to listen. I remember I put in a lot of work and effort going into my first full professional season as a Highland Games athlete in 2012. I had just come off an amateur world championship in 2011 and a second place finish at the world championships for the professional class. I went into the 2012 season. I ended up writing my first book, Training Lab, documenting what my training looks like for my entire year of throwing. And I ended up, I won the world championship up in Canada in 2012. And I remember after that happened, I had this feeling of like, oh, well, now what? I just repeat what I did? And it's tough to analyze where your mistakes were made when I had that success, because it fucking worked. Nothing went wrong. Like, where do you make the change, right? But failure teaches you shortcomings, and failure teaches you how to fix things, and failure, if you're willing to listen to it, can make you better. So don't be scared of that. Like, be willing to put that time in. Be willing to do that effort. Be willing to listen and learn and suck at something for a few years. Be a fucking kook. That's the most fun I've had with jiu-jitsu recently, so I'm fucking bad at it. Like, I've got an interesting tool set going into it because I'm still very strong and I'm explosive. But I can't use any of those things properly because I don't know what to do. I'm essentially surviving the entire time I'm doing it. And it doesn't do anything for me ego-wise to act like a fucking ape and tap out some other white belt that doesn't know shit just because I'm physically stronger than them. I didn't learn anything from that, right? That's this false accomplishment of trying to show something off. That's my own ego in the way. But being able to listen to the failures, oh, I got tapped, I'm learning, I got tapped, fucking get better. Like, that's the side of it that I fucking love. That's the side that I want to get better at. It's this new skill of, going to cycle with this group that I've been riding with, who are fucking way in better shape than I am and compete in triathlons, and they're just skull dragging me. But if I can hold on to the back tire of that group for just a little bit longer the next ride, like, I'm making improvements. I'm willing to suffer longer. I'm willing to go a little bit more than I was last time. Those are all things that you learn. You learn how to ride in a group. It's new skills and things to listen to from your body, and where your limits are and where that edge is. Like, being able to find the end of your comfort zone and want to live there is a real key. I'm not interested in staying comfortable. I'm not interested in waking up every day and doing the exact same shit. I'm not, that's not for me. And if that's for you, good on you. You'll probably have a lot less stress in your life than I do. But I want to go, and I want to do more and learn more and experience more, because these are all things that I can use to learn and be a better version of me. So at the end of it, don't fear failure. Be okay to suck at something. Take pride in that. Take pride in being fucking bad at something, because you're getting better. That's the only way to get better, is through time and repetition. I mean every bit of it when I say a lot that people ask me how to get strong, and I say lift moderately heavy on your bench, squat, deadlift for 10 years. Moderately heavy every week for 10 years, and it'll fucking take care of itself. And in that time, you're gonna have setbacks, you're gonna have plateaus, you're gonna have injuries. But if you just keep pressing forward and you keep chipping away, that's how you do it. That's what I got for today. I hope that hits home with some people. And if not, I don't know, find another video where I'm cruising around doing other things. Thanks so much. You guys have been awesome. Black Friday weekend was really overwhelming. You guys kicked ass for us. It's by far the most success we've ever had as a company. Thanks so much. And